Welcome back to AM Northwest. What does it mean to be an immigrant? A new book follows two people separated by 5 decades whose lives are linked both through music and the search for a new place to call home. We welcome the author of The Refugee Ocean, Pauls Toutonghi. Good to have you with us.
Thanks, Ellen.
So first of all, what inspired this?
Well, both my parents were refugees to the U.S., so I grew up in a house that was very much aware of the refugee experience and the immigrant experience, and that was something that I was always around when I was growing up. So
now your mom, she was from where?
She was from Latvia, so in Eastern Europe. And I grew up going to Latvian Saturday school.
Like this is her passport right here even.
Oh, you have it on the screen?
Yeah, right there.
Oh, there she is.
And then your dad was from?
Wow, look how young and beautiful she is.
Gorgeous, gorgeous. And your dad was from?
My dad was born in Egypt, and the family was from Syria, and they were Syrian Americans, and so they came to the United States on a Syrian refugee visa.
So you knew what it was like to grow up in this experience of these two cultures.
Yeah, two very different cultures that really, you know, I felt like my dining room table was a mini United Nations, you know, and then my brother married a woman from Czech Republic.
Oh, wow.
So we would have, you know, Czech being spoken at the dining room table along with French and Arabic and Latvian and English.
Wow.
So it was a very interesting experience linguistically growing up.
So, but your characters, and this is a work of fiction, so there's Marguerite, and she's from Beirut, Lebanon, and Naim?
Naim.
And he's from Syria.
Yes, from Aleppo. So that's the city where my grandfather was born, the city-state, and he is a boy whose life is altered irrevocably by the war in Syria. And I went back to Aleppo for Harper's Magazine fairly recently, and went and sort of saw the effects of the war on the city and reported back for Harper's.
So why take this idea of two immigrants 50 years apart, but what brings them together? You talk about music.
Yeah, I think that for me, something that I'm always thinking about is the power of music and art especially to bring people with different experiences together. Art was a big part, music was a big part of my life growing up and a big part of my parents' life as well. And film as well, something that they shared. And I always saw that commonality. And for me, it's something that has a potential to unify people who have very different approaches to life.
Yeah, absolutely. Your last book, Doggone, did really well, became a movie.
It did, with Rob Lowe.
Wow, is that something?
Yes, it was on Netflix. It's still on Netflix.
Yeah.
You can look it up. It was quite a surreal experience. Rob Lowe played my father-in-law.
That's so great.
Which that is always a plus at Thanksgiving dinner if you can get your Rob Lowe to play your father-in-law.
Yes, you're always then in.
You're in good graces.
You're in good graces with him. That's right. Now you don't have a dog, but you have cats.
2 cats.
2 cats. So is your next book, because I'm sure they're probably pretty jealous of. Yeah. Is your next book going to be about your cats? I don't know if you can see right here.
that is quite the picture.
Yeah.
Two-headed monster, right? Yeah, no, so that's Ruby Snuggles with the pink collar, and Mega Charizard EX. My children named them. And I probably shouldn't admit those names on live TV, actually.
That's all right.
But I don't think there's a book in them, in those cats, really.
Yeah, but I'm always amazed at how you can come up with something so incredible and so diverse, too. So are you putting together people you've met over time? You mentioned your parents, you know.
In the novel, or?
Yes, in the novel.
Well, so I think that the novel, you know, characters come in some sense, I think, from within you, and from the people that you've met, sure. And I think, but I think that also they're an imaginative leap. So you sort of distill people who you've met over time and then people who you've read in books as well, and you kind of melt them together, and you create these kind of composites, right?
Yeah, sure.
And that's sort of what you do, I think, when you make a character in a work of fiction.
Yeah.
So that to me is where these characters come from in some sense.
Has your mom been able to read this one?
She has.
Yeah.
Yeah. She. Well, you know, a mother is a really forgiving reader,
Yeah.
as you might imagine.
Yeah.
So everything that she reads of mine, she says, "This is the best thing that you've written." So it's like
That's great.
always is the best thing. that
Yeah,
I've
that's awesome. You have a book event, and
Yeah.
it's tomorrow at Broadway Books. And what time is that? It's at 6 o'clock. We're going to put all the information for everyone on our website at k2.com. The book again is The Refugee Ocean. Pauls Toutonghi, thank you so much.
Thank you.